ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. يقول الله تعالى بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم: يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء. فاتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. Indeed, all thanks is to Allah. We seek refuge in Him and we seek His forgiveness. We seek refuge in Allah from the evil of our own selves and the evil of our actions. For indeed, whoever Allah guides, no one can misguide. And whoever Allah misguides, no one can guide. And I stand before you, and I bear witness, there is no deity, there is no God, there is no ilah, except Allah Azza wa Jal. And I stand before you, and I bear witness that the Prophet Muhammad, Nabi Mustafa, is the last and final messenger and the seal of all prophethood. My dear brothers and sisters, be God conscious of the Lord who created you from one soul. And from that soul, many men and many women. And fear Allah from whom you ask one another. Indeed, Allah is ever over you, an observer and a watcher. Welcome to the final stretch, the last fourth of Ramadan, the last 10 days, the final 10. And what a journey was it, because it was just as if it was yesterday that I was congratulating you that you made it to the first day of Ramadan. And yet here we stand. And come this time next week, Ramadan will be gone. The routine will be gone. And we'll be back to the normal life. The dunya. And these last 10 days are critically important and are even said to be more important than the first 10 days. Because it is within these last 10 days that thousands of angels, thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands of angels come down from the sky. Allah bears witness to see who from His servants are asking, who from His servants are begging, who is standing in prayer, who is seeking the reward. And it is within these last 10 nights that we find the blessed Laylatul Qadr, the night of power, the night of decree. A night that is better than 1,000 months, more than 83 years. A night that the Quran was revealed to humanity. And this night, we don't know when it is. Some say the 27th, some say the 23rd. All we truly know is that it lies within these last 10 days. A night that it is written in your book what will happen to you in the forthcoming year. A night that has the power to change your fate, to change your destiny that Allah has decreed for you, to change the book, to rewrite your future, to change your life for the better. And this concept of qadr, the divine decree, can be hard for some of us to understand. That no matter how hard we try, how hard we push, how hard we strive, that in the grand scheme of things, the power that we have over our own destiny is very little. And that وَمَا النَّصْرُ إِلَّا مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ, victory is from no one but Allah. The divine decree, the qadr, the fate, It's not in your hands. Rather, it was written before you were even born. We cannot bring benefit to ourselves, nor can we bring harm to ourselves, except by the will of Allah, by the divine decree. This is the power of Allah. His ability to turn your life 360. No matter how dark it may seem, no matter if all hope is lost, no matter if you're in a dark spot, you feel like you've been buried, rather you've been planted. This night has so much power. On this night, it is written your sustenance for the forthcoming year. Whether it will rain or not, who will die this forthcoming year, and even who will make Hajj. May Allah make us among those names. This year, this night is so powerful. And Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu, he adds, إِنَّكَ لَتَرَى الرَّجُلْ يَمْشِي فِي الْأَسْوَاقِ وَقَدْ وَقَعَ اسْمُهُ فِي الْمَوْتِ. He said, you will see a man walking in the market, and his name will appear among those who will die this forthcoming year. For who knows, the white cloth that you may be buried in have already reached the marketplace and you are unaware. We all know that this death is inevitable. كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ. Every soul shall taste death. If there's one thing you're guaranteed in life, it is that. And it is critically important that within these last 10 nights, that among the things that you ask Allah, you ask Him for anything. The night of the decree, the night of power. You ask Him for a spouse, you ask Him for children, you ask Him for wealth, you ask Him for tranquility and peace. It is critically important that among the things that you ask Allah Azza wa Jal on this night is to give you the best of endings, to facilitate your transition into the next world in the best of states, to die with the words La ilaha illallah on your tongue. My dear brothers and sisters, Ramadan is coming to an end. And it doesn't matter how you started your Ramadan. Maybe you didn't take it seriously. You thought to yourself, it's just another Ramadan. Or maybe you weren't feeling spiritually inclined. Or maybe you didn't want to stand for Taraweeh. What matters now is how you finish it, how you conclude your Ramadan. Ibn al-Qayyim al-Jawzi, he comments and he says that when the racehorse is nearing the finish line, it exerts all of its efforts to win the race. He adds, do not let the racehorse be more clever than you. For verily deeds are judged by their conclusions. So if you didn't do well welcoming the month of Ramadan, then maybe you'll do better bidding it farewell. And Ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah, he adds, he says, the lesson lies in the perfection of the conclusion, not in the shortcoming of the beginning of it. And as we near the end of Ramadan, it's a time to ask yourself, did I do everything that I could? Did I ask everything that I could have asked? Did I give everything that I could have given? And amongst the things that we ask Allah Ta'ala, subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most important thing is the afu, of Allah. It was narrated from Aisha radiallahu anha that she asked the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she said, O Messenger of Allah, Ya Rasulullah, what do you think I should say in my supplication if I come upon Laylatul Qadr? He said, say, Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'afu anni. That Allah, you are forgiving and love forgiveness, so forgive me. And some of us, we don't understand and we don't know the difference between istighfar, saying astaghfirullah, and asking Allah for afu. When you sin and you make istighfar, the earth itself is a witness to your sin. The angels on your shoulders are a witness to the sin. Your own hands and feet are a witness to the sin. And Yawm al-Qiyamah, when Allah resurrects you, it is still written in your book that you have committed that sin, but right after that it is said that you made istighfar. And so Allah will ask you about it. He will not punish you for it. And what about afu? When you ask Allah for afu, He wipes it completely. The earth forgets. The angels forget. And the only one that still remembers is Allah Azza wa Jal, and He will neither ask you about it, nor will He punish you for it. It is a greater meaning of forgiveness. My dear brothers and sisters, we are nearing the finish line. This is the final push. Strive to give it your all. Strive to exert your last bit of energy and reap the rewards of this blessed month. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Just a couple of quick announcements, inshallah ta'ala. Eid al-Fitr is expected to be next Friday, April 21st, and we will have the Eid prayer will be held at the Fredericksburg Field House. Takbirs will start at 8:30 and the Salah itself will start 9 a.m. sharp. We also have the family Eid celebration on Saturday, April 22nd from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. here at ICF. So please visit the ICF website for more updates about Eid. Additionally, we have, due to the Eid prayer next week being on a Friday, there will be only one Jum'ah prayer at 1 p.m. next Friday. And we also have the Khutbah Quran on the 27th night of Ramadan. That is the April 17th. So if you can make it, that's again this Monday. And we also have the Zakat al-Fitr that needs to be given before the Eid Salah. That is $15 a person and should be paid before the Eid prayer. Lastly, we have a guest speaker who came to talk to us about the fundraising for the masjid. So if you can please be seated after the khutbah to give 5 minutes of your time to show some respect. Jazakumullahu khair. My dear brothers and sisters, as we enter the last 10 nights, as we enter the last 4th of Ramadan, I want you to all to take 3 pieces of advice. Simple. And this is our advice to myself first before it's an advice to all of you. And the first we take from Ibn Qudamah rahimahullah ta'ala when he says, and most of the people, he's talking about Laylatul Qadr, he says, and most of the people lose it in its early part of the night. Why? Why do people lose it in its early part of the night? Because the night doesn't start from Isha. The night starts from when you break your fast for Maghrib. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy in idle talk. The moment you break your fast, start seeking afu. Start seeking Laylatul Qadr. Don't waste the opportunity. Don't backbite or gossip. How many people at the time of breaking their fast, before they even pray a single rak'ah of Taraweeh, have already lost it? So try to include everything from the moment of the adhan of Maghrib to the moment of adhan of Fajr to seek this beautiful night. The second piece of advice is to leave all distractions. When some of us, when we're praying Taraweeh, we take a peek at our watch to see how much time is left until Taraweeh ends. Or if we're reading along with the Imam in Taraweeh, we see what page he's on until he finishes the end of the juz. My dear brothers and sisters, where are we going? Where are we going more important than Rabbul Alameen, Lord of the world? All your problems, all the anxiety, all the distress, the solution stands in front of you, Rabbul Alameen. Ibn al-Qayyim, he says, when a person enters into prayer, ثُمَّ الْتَفَتَ, and he turns, he spiritually turns away, his mind is on something else, his heart is somewhere else. Allah Azza wa Jalla, he calls out and says, Ya Abdi, do you have somewhere better to be than me? Are you going somewhere more important than me? All your problems, all your troubles, the solution stands right in front of you. Ask Allah, beg Allah. He facilitates the path. Even when we're in i'tikaf, what is the point of being in i'tikaf when we're still connected? I'tikaf is to seclude yourself, to cut the connection from the world for a couple of hours. Put your phone on airplane mode. Leave the Facebook, leave the WhatsApp, leave the social media. Focus, leave all the distractions. Isolate and contemplate. The last piece of advice is to make sure, exert yourself, try your best to make it for Isha and Fajr specifically in Jama'ah, in congregation. We take it from the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, that when you pray Isha in Jama'ah in congregation, it is as if you prayed the first half of the night. And when you pray Fajr in congregation, it is as if you prayed the second half of the night. This idea of praying in congregation, praying as a community, praying together, critically important. Sa'id ibn Musayyib radiallahu anhu, he says, whoever prays Salat al-Isha in congregation in Jama'ah has taken their portion of Laylatul Qadr. Even if you can't make it, maybe you're stuck in traffic, something happened, maybe you slept through your alarm for Fajr and you didn't make it in congregation, at least have the intention that you're going to make it for Isha and Fajr in congregation for the next 10 days and even after Ramadan, so that you at least get the reward. Because actions are by intentions. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to allow us to catch this beautiful night of Laylatul Qadr, to decree for us the best in this life and the next. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع مجيب للدعوات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. اللهم إنك عفو تحب العفو فاعف عنا. عباد الله، إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. فاذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه يزدكم واستغفروه يغفر لكم واتقوه يجعل لكم من أمركم مخرجا وأقيموا الصلاة.